I asked you if there were any videos I hadn't made yet that you thought I should have.
The internet is dead. It doesn't exist.
And I wish I hadn't. Please subscribe.
Now, these past few years, there's been an insane amount of conspiracy theories, but one of them might actually be true, and oh, it's a good one. It's known as the dead internet theory.
Okay, so we have Morgue on his YouTube channel, which is on the internet, running us through a conspiracy theory that claims the internet does not exist. If you're looking for someone to blame for this video, it's your mother. No, not your mother. Your mother. Look, your mother.
Now, according to this theory, sometime between 2016 and 2017, the internet as you know it was replaced with a fake, a fraud, a simulacra, and all the people you see posting to social media, they aren't real at all.
What?
And to go even further, you might not be completely real either.
Well, now I'm just worried. I make my living on the internet. Hang on, so do you, Morgue. But you have my attention, so let's see what the basis is for making such a bold claim.
So you might be thinking, that's crazy. What do you mean the internet's fake?
No, I wasn't thinking that at all. But to be fair, it doesn't matter what I think, or you for that matter. It's what you can do to prove it.
What do you mean the people aren't real? Of course I know I'm real. Hold on, don't worry. I'm going to explain all of it right now and show you how you can check for yourself.
Should I be taking notes? This seems like it's going to be a very important video.
Hey guys, my name is Morgue, and instead of advertising some sponsor,
I'm just trying to earn a living. This is about Raid Shadow Legends, isn't it? They paid me. Excuse me for not wanting to starve to death for your amusement.
To really understand the dead internet theory, let's take a little look at something called .io games and fake multiplayer. So let's say that you created a game, you're a game developer, and it's brand new, you're very proud of it, so you release it to the world. And so someone logs in to play. Well, unless you're a famous game developer, odds are you're not gonna have a huge audience. So that person who logs in to play, they're gonna be alone. They're gonna be the only person playing. Well, that's a huge problem if your game depends on multiplayer.
Well, yeah, it's a problem, but how is using an internet-based game helping you back up the theory that the internet was replaced by a different internet, it would seem, or else we wouldn't be here uploading videos, would we? How is this helping your argument?
Now, I'm sure that you've heard of bots. These are fake enemies, computer-controlled AI that take the place of real people. Now, this is nothing new. Computer-controlled enemies, bots, are put into games all the time. But you know that you're playing against computer-controlled enemies and not real people.
Yeah, that's a fair assessment. A lot of multiplayer games have bots in them. I still can't see your point though, unless of course you're gonna claim that it's all AI that stole the real internet.
The difference here is that .io games didn't tell people that the bots were bots. In fact, they went out of their way to trick people into thinking the bots were real by, for example, giving them usernames.
So clever marketing then, to encourage the growth of a community of players so that they wouldn't need to always use these evil bots.
The thinking was that if a new game had fake players in it, real players would join and have fun. The game would get popular and more real players would start to play, then eventually you wouldn't need the bots anymore. You could get rid of the bots and you'd have a successful game filled with real players.
Look, I swear I have not watched this video, but that's exactly what I said. But I said it with eyebrows.
Good idea, right? Except that's not what happened. Developers thought, if I'm making a multiplayer game where the player thinks they're playing against real people, but they're actually playing against bots, why not just make a single player game, populate it with bots, and just trick people into thinking that it's a multiplayer game? Well, all right, you might be thinking, why would the developers do this? Well, a fake multiplayer game that's actually single player and filled with bots is much cheaper to develop and it's easier to code than an actual multiplayer game.
Oh, great. Now I've got to go and check on that.
3 hours later.
I found this. Games that have bots in them need programmers to create the bots, but multiplayer games just need to have a server-client architecture. So what does that mean? I haven't got a clue. And I also don't care. I thought that we were proving that someone stole the real internet and replaced it.
If people are enjoying the game, does it matter if it's a truth or a lie? If the simulation is just as convincing as reality, does it matter if it's reality or an illusion? What is real? How do you define real? according to dead internet theory.
Never mind dead internet theory because it's a theory. We all know that real is something capable of being treated as fact, something that is being or occurring in actuality and having a verified existence and substance that coincides with reality. Real is something that is not an illusion, not fantasy, not imaginary, or a feeling of intuition. But just for the giggles, let's see what Morgue thinks reality is.
The claim of dead internet theory is that the internet, as an interconnected platform filled with user-created content, died years ago. That the vast majority of the users were replaced with bots, and the content that you consume, like websites, blogs, and articles, they're generated by artificial intelligence. The internet, according to this theory, is now very similar to a .io game, where you think you're interacting with real people, reading their posts and updates, and enjoying content created by humans, but it's all bots, algorithms, and AI.
Wait, so when I got sent the link to this video by one of my subscribers, it wasn't actually one of my subscribers. It was AI. But if that's true, then it would mean that I've spent the last 3 years talking to myself. And furthermore, if this is what you believe to be true, then doesn't it make your video about dead internet theory a little bit superfluous? If there are no real people on the internet, who the hell are you telling?
Of course, some of the people aren't bots. You can, of course, call up your friends and check. But the claim is that the vast majority of them are. And most of the content is generated by AI. That the internet is now a hollow shell filled with fakes.
So am I fake? Because I was kind of hoping that it was at least partly true. I've always searched for a reason why my mother keeps sending me videos she finds online and always seems to think she's the only person who's ever seen it. Oh no way, a cat doing something cats do. Good one, Mammy.
The exceptions are a group of influencers that are in on the secret, along with certain corporations and the government.
Of course the government are in on it. And you have 209,000 subscribers, Morgue. Are you one of those influencers? And I'm going to take a wild guess and say that you think the corporations are Google and YouTube. They must be in on it. Have you ever heard the expression, don't bite the hand that feeds you?
Well, what's the point? To control your thoughts and to get you to mindlessly consume products and influence your choices so that events will play out according to their will.
Okay, look, to be serious for a minute, we all know that targeted advertising is a thing. When you spend a lot of time online, you're gonna see targeted ads. Only this morning, I was scrolling through my social media accounts and I kept seeing ads for butt plugs. No idea why, just one of life's little mysteries, I guess. But using that to try and claim that the internet was swapped out for a spy-friendly version is a bit of a stretch. If anything, your video should be called The Evolution of the Internet. Because that's all this is, but like anything else that either annoy the masses or they just don't understand, you have a certain group of people, usually found lurking on the internet, ready to go looking for things that aren't there and start calling it a conspiracy theory.
To them, you are nothing but a battery trapped in a world of illusions.
Let me ask you a question and you can answer it down below in the comments. Please, I need the engagement so YouTube will promote my content. My question is this, and for your own safety, we shall use a special code for you to answer. You know, like in the movies. Is there anyone there with you now forcing you to be on the internet watching my videos? Because if there isn't, I definitely need to rethink my strategy. No, I mean, if there is, hit the like button so I know and you won't get in trouble.
Just like bots were originally introduced into .io games to influence the players into thinking the game was popular, so they'd stay and play, but no real people were actually there. Corporations and the government have created a fake internet filled with fake people and fake content to get you to think how they want you to. But it goes deeper than that, as I'll show you towards the end, because you might not be real either, which might sound crazy, but I'll show you how you can check.
At this point, nothing sounds crazy to me anymore. None of us are being forced to use the internet. It's a tool, much like yourself, Morgue. But at least, while being massively flawed and sometimes a cruel and dangerous place, it does have its uses. Where do you shop? I'd be willing to bet my ball bag that it's on the internet. Apart from everyone that's now dashing down to the comment section. I support local, I don't buy online. Good for you. But in 2020, 87% of UK households made purchases online. And whether you agree or not, that's just a fact. All this is the internet evolving.
But first, we need to look at dead internet theory.
First, what the hell have we been talking about up until now then?
The question is dead internet theory true?
Probably not. But something not being true has never once in the history of conspiracies stopped a theorist from claiming it's true. So, what's your point?
Of course, it's not as extreme as the theory claims, but bots haven't completely taken over, right? Well, let's look at something called the inversion. What is the inversion? See, the internet is full of fakes. People buy fake accounts, fake likes, fake views, fake subscribers, fake everything. Now, why do they do this? To influence you, just like .io games used fake players to influence people into thinking the game was popular.
You don't really know too much about how the internet works, do you, Morgue? Fake accounts are just fake accounts, and yes, you can buy all those things, but anyone that does is a complete loser and they're only fooling themselves anyway. For example, we've all heard flat earth morons claiming that my own boyfriend, Simon Dan, buys subscribers. Okay, let's use that as an example. If it was true, and you can do it, it's not that expensive, it's against YouTube's terms of service. And one of the things they check before they send out the silver play button. But let's say those idiots were right and Dan was buying subscribers. How's that gonna help him? Subscribers, followers, they're just vanity metrics. You can buy as many as you want, but the one thing you can't get them to do is watch your videos and engage with them. You ass clown. Don't forget to hit the subscribe button. I'm vape. I never said I wasn't. I want to get to 100k by the end of the year. Time's ticking.
People are much more likely to watch a video if it has millions of views and tons of likes, and they're much more likely to subscribe to a channel that already has millions of subscribers.
Yes, they are, as I have learned from experience.
If you want to become a celebrity, there are even many companies out there that will create an army of bots to pretend to be your fans. And I just don't mean through likes and comments, but they'll create entire fake accounts, fan pages dedicated to you. So the question is, can you tell what's real and what's fake? You probably think you can. Well, the inversion is the point where the fake seems real and the real seems fake.
I got lost 5 minutes ago, but we're here now, so...
Now, you might think that that would be impossible, but YouTube feared an inversion event in 2013. See, in 2013, YouTube reportedly had almost as many bots as real people. And they feared that if the percentage of bots kept increasing, YouTube's algorithm would think that the bots were humans and the humans were bots, and then start to organize YouTube according to the bots' activity instead of the humans.
Well, I have no way of verifying any of that, because if you try to look it up, guess what happens? Nothing comes up about an inversion event in 2013 or any other year. Now, I'm not saying he's making it up. I'm just saying that I can't find where he got his information from.
You've probably seen your favorite influencer complaining about a bot that's impersonating them, and their fans actually start falling for it and following that fake account. In a 2018 article, the New York Times wrote, "In November, Facebook disclosed to investors that it had at least twice as many fake users as it previously estimated, indicating that up to 60 million automated accounts may roam the world's largest social media platform. These fake accounts, known as bots, can help sway advertising audiences and reshape political debates. They can defraud businesses and ruin reputations."
Look, nobody is denying that bots exist online and that they're a huge problem. But you titled your video, "The Internet Died 5 years ago," when what you should have called it was "The Internet has a huge problem with bots," which it does. Then I wouldn't have been reacting to your video. Can you not see how insane all this makes you sound? But you're trying to convince people that the internet has been swapped for a different internet, and somehow it's just as terrible a place.
Max Reed, who wrote an article for New York Magazine, believes the inversion occurred across the internet in 2018. Here's the clip from Ari Shapiro, NPR host, interviewing Reed.
So let's start with a term that I learned from your article, the inversion. What is the inversion?
The inversion is the point at which there's so much fakery going on that our natural ability to tell the difference between what's real and what's fake becomes inverted. And real things all of a sudden seem totally fake to us, and fake things have this sort of power and the presence of the real.
And as you write in this article, the internet might have actually passed the inversion in some ways years ago, but you say that 2018 felt to you like the year that we passed the inversion.
Every day, people are tricked by bots and fake accounts. If you've been fooled by a bot or almost fooled by a bot before, how do you know you're not being fooled all the time and just don't know it?
Well, you don't. And that's the real problem here. Not that the internet is fake, that's just clickbait.
The inversion is right around the corner. Can you tell what's real? Are you sure? Or has the inversion already happened?
Well, as I've said, I can't tell anything anymore. Is the internet filled with AI and bots? It is. But to say the internet is almost empty is just really, really stupid. And I love it! Keep it up, Morgue. Now, there's a lot more to this video. If you want a part 2, let me know down in the comment section. Watch this next. Bye!